I'm James Zanewicz from Tulane Medicine here in the Bullpen at JPM 2025, and I'm joined by Michael Woodhouse of CDD Vault. Welcome to the Bullpen.
Hi James, how are you today?
I'm great, and you guys have been longtime sponsors and members of the Bullpen. We're very appreciative of that. Truly living out the mantra of finding someone, helping them, and repeating. But first, I want to allow our members to get to know you a little better. Tell us about your background and how you got where you are today.
Excellent. So again, my name is Michael Woodhouse, and I am out of the Toronto area up in Canada. So I manage the commercial side of the business for Canada and the Midwestern United States. My entry into CDD was really interesting. I had worked with my previous boss at a previous company, and he asked me if I wanted to join CDD. And the previous company I worked for did software for more of the manufacturing side of the business, which isn't overly scientific. It's pretty routine testing type stuff. But when you get into the R&D, that's when you're talking the hard science, right? I'm not a scientist. So I said to him, I'm not sure I'm a good fit because, I have no science background. And he told me,
That's why you're a good fit.
Yeah. He goes, that's the problem, is that everyone in the company is a scientist. I need someone who knows how to do sales. If you need a scientist, we've got tons of people that you can pull in, and they'll do all the science talking. I need someone who remembers to ask for the order at the end of the call.
Yeah. Which is huge.
Yeah.
And so with that leads to my next question perfectly. What is your focus for 2025? What are you working on? I'm guessing it's things for CDD Vault.
Absolutely. So CDD Vault, that's my main product. That's what I do on the day-to-day. Last year we put a big focus on breaking into Canada, but Canada has a lot of challenges compared to the US. So a lot of the funding that happens in Canada just isn't as strong in the States. You might think that somewhere like Boston has almost as much funding as all of Canada does. So we don't have one big center that's grouped really close together. So we did a bit of work in Canada, getting them to understand what a research data management platform is, how it would benefit them, why it's better than being in Excel and paper notebooks, which is kind of getting antiquated.
Yeah. I mean, beyond antiquated, but it's still the number of people who are still on that, and then they can't find things where you make it so easy, your data's secure, everything else.
We've heard horror stories where people are having to rerun tests multiple times because they can't find the old data. They can't find the support documentation for the research papers that they've had published. Just nightmares left, right, and center.
Yeah, and so this kind of leads me to my last question for you, which is the Bullpen's all about finding, helping, and repeating, as we talked about. Very in line with what you guys do with your customers, your clients. But how can the Bullpen community help you? How can we help you kind of evangelize and spread the word about CDD Vault and collaborative drug discovery?
So not just spreading the word about CDD Vault, and anyone that needs a research data management platform can talk to Kaylee and I whenever they need to. But more of the getting people to understand the value in that platform. CDD being one of them, maybe the best one. But
I mean, no bias, but
no
perhaps,
bias. But understanding that getting off of paper, getting out of Excel, and getting their data in secure platforms that allow them to mine their data better, because it's an efficiency gain, it's a money gain, it's a time gain. Moving on from the old ways. I know that we all have comfortable patterns that we fall into, but sometimes you got to make the switch and kind of get current. And I think that that's one of the things that I hope the Bullpen community sees and feels and embraces, and maybe spreads to their communities in the different geographic locations that they're in.
Yeah, and as somebody outside, I've watched you guys through the Bullpen connect with our members and bring them into this world fairly effortlessly and painlessly, which is not always the case. Often companies will sell something and be like, hey, you have your tool, we're out, but you guys are truly a partner, which is why I think you call yourselves collaborative in your name.
Yeah, not only that you can make the data collaborative, but we're also very collaborative with our customers. What I like to tell new prospects is we don't let our customers fail. So when you're transitioning into Vault, putting data in, building all your assays in there, capturing all of your data, trying to understand all of the different pieces, we're there with you every step. We keep helping you until you get it.
That's fantastic. It's the way every company should operate. It's the way yours does, which is all that matters right now and here.
Absolutely.
And I want to thank you so much for being tremendous sponsors of the Bullpen once again, for taking care of the members of the Bullpen, and for taking time to join me today, because this is taking you away from meeting time that you could be meeting with customers and you're meeting with us, and we really appreciate that.
And thanks to the Bullpen, because I love the mantra. You know, find someone to help repeat. I don't know if it's the Canadian socialist in me or what, but I love that mantra. I love connecting people. So what you're doing at Bullpen is not only needed, but it's a breath of fresh air.
Well, and here's to more connections in 2025, and I look forward to seeing CDD Vault at all the Bullpen events, at Bio on the Bayou, where you're also tremendous supporters and sponsors, and everywhere else throughout the year.
Great, thanks for your time today.